Hey y'all, it's Shakira G back again with another video to show you how I created this beautiful frontal weave. If you want to see how it went down, keep on watching. Basically what I'm doing here is applying 4 layers of Beautiful Hustler brand lace wig glue. I love this stuff. The frontal that I used, actually the hair that I used was from Beautiful Hustler as well. If you go to ibhslays.com, you can check her frontals. Her hair is really nice, and her glue is the business, and it's actually waterproof and it does work. So after I put those layers on, I applied her frontal without customization. The reason being is I wanted to make sure that it was absolutely perfect for her wedding, so she was able to spend the time to get it installed. If you're going to be doing customization from scratch, you have to make sure that you have the time to create a good hairline. Since my little sister is like me, she likes all the smoke. We're doing exotic baby hairs on today. So the way that I laid her frontal down, I made sure that I over direct the actual frontal over her hairline. So what that means is where her hairline is, I made sure that it was covering the glue all the way, because if you put the frontal too far back, you can have glue exposed, and that's not cute. So we're making sure that that doesn't happen. And another thing, when I do my frontal weave installs, I always install the frontal first, because I feel like that's the most important part. You see my goofy little brother jump in the video just now, but that's the most important part to me, because I need it to be laying flat, and I want to make sure that it's actually in place correctly. As I do that, I make sure that it's laying flat on the sides as well as the middle. And how I do that is by like using my hands to make sure that I'm pressing on the actual base of the frontal to make sure that it's laying how it needs to lay for this piece. But as you can see, her hairline is not customized just as yet, and that's because I wanted to make sure that she was on point for this wedding, because we had to slay. What you see me doing is tacking down the areas that are lifting that I didn't put glue under, and I make sure that that's tight and secure, and then I go in and I pluck. This is a HD lace from Beautiful Hustler brand. I won it from her auction that she had a couple months ago, and we're laying this lace down to slay for this weekend. But as I'm doing this, I'm making sure that I stay within the lines. It's just like you stay within the line of demarcation, because you don't want to go past the line. If you pass the line, you will see residue from your glue, and that's not cute. You can't be doing all that. So you're going to see me doing a lot of customizing, and I'll just leave you guys to the music. As you can see, the more you pluck, the more natural that it looks. I treat the frontals like it's actual hair. I'm not afraid to press on the frontal or anything like that. You just gotta make sure that your lace is durable, and if your lace is very thin, make sure that you're not really hitting the lace when you hit it with the hot comb. And I feel like it's not a secret, but it's more so of the key to having a flat frontal install, is making sure that you use a hot comb. I use a stove hot comb because I'm a professional, and that's just what I use. But if you have an electric hot comb, that's good as well. But what you see me doing is just customizing to create her hairline how she wanted to be. She wanted an exotic hairline, so that's what we did. Since she was going throughout the whole weekend, she said she just wanted some crimps and she just wanted it to be like a wet and wavy look. So I just went in and did crimps for her. And this hairstyle lasted. She still has this install in. She didn't experience any lifting. And I didn't put a lot of hair in the back when I did put the hair in. And that was because of the style she wanted for her actual wedding day, which I'll probably put a picture in towards the end of this video as well, that you can see how beautiful she looked on her wedding day. But that's pretty much it, guys. I actually pluck about an inch or an inch and a half behind the hairline because I feel like the transition is better when you go further back. To me, the further back the better, unless you're not trying to have a thin looking frontal. It just depends on you. For me, I like to do like a medium pluck on myself, but when it comes to my clients, if they want longevity within their frontals, I don't pluck a whole lot. But for this particular frontal, we were making sure that she was looking nice and well. So I did do like a medium pluckage for her. So it was semi-natural and then semi-not. So like once I reinstall and things like that, if she has some natural shedding, it won't create any bald spots. But if you buy good frontals, you won't have to worry about bald spots. But it does occur and it does happen after a while. So now I'm using my melt belt. It's actually elastic band from Amazon, y'all. I got a roll of elastic band and just tied it in the front of her hair to keep it down as and set it in place as I sew in the tracks. So what you see me doing is just doing the way that I usually sew my tracks in. I do double knots so that it won't slip. And I'm just making sure that the way I'm stacking these, usually I would curve my tracks to create more fullness in the front, but due to the fact that we were styling her hair for her wedding, I didn't put a lot of hair in, and I also didn't curve it. So she doesn't have a full look because of the style she was wearing for her wedding. So now we're getting into the baby hairs. I already partitioned the part that I wanted to leave out, and as you can see, she's a scalpiana. And I like what I told you guys before, I don't do the scalp the same color as the skin because I feel like it's more natural when it's a bit lighter. So we went in right here. I created a thin part between the frontal and the tracks to make sure that the tracks were covered. And then I went in to curl the baby hairs. When I curled them forward because I wanted the pattern to lay flat. So I curled it forward instead of flipping it up when I curled. I probably did a few of them flipped up afterwards, but that's just how it is. And since we wanted her baby hairs to stay in place, I used Got to Be Glued gel for her edges because Got to Be Glued is very, very good for holding your edges down if you don't want them to come out of shape. Just perfect. So I just went in and I did that, and once I did that, I put the band back on and proceeded to crimp the hair. As you can see, the baby hairs are coming out real well. She liked how exotic they were. I tweaked them and I did what I was supposed to do with them, and I gave it what it was supposed to give. And once I did that, I tied her down and started to use the Insta Hold from Got to Be Glued holding spray to do her crimps. I made good slices and subsections for her crimps, and I made sure that I used enough holding spray without it flaking up, because this holding spray can flake, so be careful about combing out when you're dealing with Insta Hold holding spray. And once we did that, her wave stayed the whole weekend. It was amazing, actually. For Vegas to be so hot, this style lasted long, and it's because I have a good quality way of doing the install, and also I use good glue. And this glue is waterproof, sweat proof, and it held us both up all weekend. We didn't have any issues with our edges the whole weekend. In Vegas, in over 100-degree weather, one of the days was 109 degrees, and girl, we made it. I mean, sis still had her baby hairs and everything, so our method is the truth, and that was the groom you saw in the background. So I just used the subsections. I made sure I sprayed Insta Hold throughout. I didn't do it for every section because we didn't want a stiff look. We were going for that water wave, wet and wavy look. So I was just defining the curl to make sure that she came out wonderfully. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Thank you for watching this video, watching this detailed video of how I did my sister's hair and my little brother's hair for their wedding. Now, I would like for you guys to comment, like, forward, subscribe, click that notification bell so you'll know when I'm downloading new videos. But this one was fresh and hot off the press, y'all. I took a while off, but I am back. Like I told you guys, I'm coming with this heat all summer long, not playing with y'all for the rest of my life. We doing this. So you guys will continue to see my growth. You will continue to see new styles. And yeah, I hope you like, and God bless you, and I'll see you in the other videos. And here are the ending results. Came out beautifully like I told you guys. And this is how she looked for her wedding. And here are some of the beautiful pictures of how her hair came out for her wedding.